Okay, guys, so please sit down, take your seats. So, first of all, I am Mr. Roldan, and I will be your biology teacher for the class of today. So, the topic of today is proteins. So, do you have some idea of what are proteins or no? Okay, no. So, have you ever wondered how your body builds muscles or how you grow? So that is a protein. So today we will learn how our body makes proteins and what happens when something goes wrong. It is really important because as proteins are like very tiny workers that keeps our body working and healthy. So now I want you guys all to close your eyes and imagine this scenario. So now let's imagine your body is a giant factory that never stops working. Inside that factory there is a special recipe book called DNA. So DNA holds all the instructions to make you. And when I refer to you, it's like your hair color, eye color, or even how tall you are. But there is a thing. This recipe book can't leave the library. That's the nucleus of the cell. So it sends a copy of the recipe using something called mRNA. Think of mRNA as a messenger that runs from the library to the factory floor. Factory floor that can be the ribosome. Once mRNA arrives, the ribosome reads the recipe and starts building the protein piece by piece using amino acids like Lego blocks. Guys, you can now open your eyes. So, if you can give me the 4 main things about the factory I just tell you, you get extra points. Matthew, you won the extra point. So let's take a quick summary to all you guys. So DNA is the recipe book, okay? The mRNA will be the messenger copy for our DNA. The ribosome will be the factory that builds this protein. And finally, the amino acids that are like the building blocks of Lego. But I have a question to you. So, if there is something wrong in this recipe, what will happen? So this is called a mutation. So let's take an example. In some part of your recipe, when you need to take salt, instead of taking salt, you take sugar. So sometimes these little mistakes can cause problems to yourself. So in brief examples, like in the cell of anemia, when the DNA makes red blood cells like a crescent moon instead of a circle. This makes it harder to our body to produce the oxygen. So don't worry, a scientist has studied these mutations, and they, in easy words, they understand them better and help people with medicine to don't have these kind of problems or to lower the levels of this problem. So thanks to the science, the doctors can find the ways to treat or prevent this type of problem. So chicos, no más, en serio, Daniel y Matías se me van a quedar acá al final de la clase y vamos a ir a la oficina de Roger porque ya no me los aguanto más. En serio. Déjenme dar la clase, si quieren se van afuera. Ya, váyanse afuera. Eso. Guys, sorry for that. So, as a conclusion for the class, and for next exam that will be on Tuesday, I will want you to remember these important facts that will probably appear in the exam. So, remember the DNA, the mRNA, the ribosome, and the amino acids. So, let's take a summary of what is DNA. Yes, the recipe book. mRNA, no, it's not the factory, it's the messenger copy. The factory will be the ribosome, and finally, the building blocks will be very good, the amino acids. Yeah, and in the mutation part, guys. So remember, it's like when you want to have sugar or salt, but instead you do the opposite. This is mutations. So this exam, as is formative, will have easy questions, but I will give you a better explanation for the summative assessment that will be in 2 weeks. Thank you, guys. You can talk. You can go to your break, and Daniel y Matías vienen para acá, por favor.